Hello and welcome back to Blackwatch Intel. My name is Crashy, and today we're going to be talking about the scoreboard, medals, damage numbers, healing numbers, etc., in Overwatch. Now, I do want to go ahead and apologize for the lack of videos. I'm kind of doing something health-related lately. It's nothing big, nothing scary or anything like that, but it's been kind of keeping my schedule busy, so I haven't been able to make a video every day. So I'm going to get back to it more consistently, and this is going to be a little bit more of a shorter video, so sorry for that. And anyways, let's talk about the scoreboard and the information that is presented to us in competitive or in Overwatch in general in the game. Now, overall, I am not a fan of the current system. You've seen a previous video talk about how the medal system doesn't matter and having golds doesn't matter, and I think the issue that I have with that type of system is just the general overall feeling of solo play in Overwatch. It seems like when someone's evaluating their own numbers, it makes it hard for them to see the bigger picture or impossible to see the bigger picture. And overall, they end up comparing their numbers to themselves only and wondering what's going wrong with the team without having any additional information to kind of analyze. Now, all in all, the game of Overwatch is a team-based game. You have to have teammates to do well, and when you don't have the full picture of the information, it can force a situation where already, because you're playing solo or because you're playing with a duo, you may form some kind of a distrust with your team. You feel like they're not doing their role properly, you feel like it's their fault, and it becomes easier for you to deal with the loss or for someone to deal with the loss than to instead understand the true reason why the team is losing, which sometimes is just because the enemy team is playing better, or is timing things better, or staggering less, or whatever the case may be. So ultimately, like I've said in the past, medals don't matter, but I want to go as far today as to say that the numbers don't matter. It's amazingly anecdotal to be able to put together a picture of what's going wrong when all you can see are your own numbers. And overall, I would like to see one of two things happen. Either overall, scrap the current system that we have, the medals, the numbers, and give us an all-inclusive scoreboard throughout the game, or get rid of the numbers entirely. And what this would do would allow them to create an all-inclusive, very informative scoreboard at the end of the game to evaluate, but it would eliminate that desire to cope with the loss or that need to evaluate the game with a very narrow view. And I ultimately do think that it could help with toxicity. Now, granted, let's understand one thing very quickly. I don't think toxic players who grab onto these numbers and this type of data are going to disappear. What they will instead do is have to take an additional step to accuse someone of having low numbers and putting the blame on them. And that will happen. But overall, the numbers in the game don't really matter. A team of people, a high-skilled player, should be able to analyze the situation and understand what's going wrong without needing numbers until the end of the game, potentially. And I know it's pulling a little bit of information away from us in the instance, in the instant moment that it's happening, but at the same time, it's causing a lot of issues, I think, as well. So overall, my personal preference would be to have an end-of-the-game scoreboard, or to get rid of the numbers overall, because I don't think having an in-depth scoreboard in the middle of the game is going to help. If anything, it's going to give people more to focus on and complain about, but I do think it would be more beneficial to the game and to the player base than having what we have currently. I think what we have currently creates a very narrow view of what's happening in each game that we play. I think it creates distrust within a team. I think it creates a reason for people to latch on to a placing blame on their teammates. And overall, I'm just not a fan of it. I don't use it. If you've watched the previous video about not using communications at all, I've been doing that a lot, and it helps because I don't want to be blamed. It puts me on tilt when I'm blamed, and all in all, I just want to play the game sometimes and do the best that I can, and I'm still trying my hardest. I'm still swapping heroes. I'm still putting out the best numbers on whatever role I can, but those numbers don't paint the full picture. So that's my thought today. I would love to hear what you think about having an end-of-the-game scorecard that's very all-inclusive, kind of a scoreboard, or having just nothing. I mean, what do you think about that? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Please do not leave this video without leaving a like, and subscribe to the channel. We are going to get back to our more regular posting, and I'm really excited to get back into the content creation because I have all kinds of ideas to share with you guys. So for all things Overwatch, thanks for checking out this video again, and I will see you next time.